So it's my first subcommittee hearing, and I want to note that, so Missouri has an Air Force base and an Army base, but I specifically wanted to be on this subcommittee because I think I'm going to be advocating plenty for those branches, but I think the challenges that we face in the Indo-Pacific and the pacing challenge of China is so critical, and the work that you all will be doing as we hopefully step up our game as from the ships that you need, the weapon systems that you need. It's certainly going to be a focus of mine. My question, I guess, Vice Admiral Khan, I have two questions. The first one to you, I know there's been some concerns about the tactical aviation inventory, and by some assessments, 3 to 4 carrier air wings short of what we need, and the capability that we need to project the power in the Indo-Pacific. What is your assessment of where we're at and the efforts that might be undertaken to shore that up?
Sir, in terms of meeting Navy force structure requirements, from a TAC Air perspective, the strike fighter inventory management shortfall is 31 aircraft in 2027, and it goes to 0 by 2031. That's number one. In terms of modernizing the air wing, you'll see in this budget significant resources going after NJAD, and specifically FAXX. You'll see MQ-25, I think you'll see collaborative combat aircraft, and all these we're working in partnership with the Air Force. So that DoD doesn't have to pay twice in some cases. We're building different airplanes. They will be different, but some of the internals, if you will, the mission systems is where we're trying to design as best we can.
Well, I want to follow up, Mr. Stefani. Am I saying that? Stephanie? Okay, I apologize. I want to follow up a little bit on that as far as the strategy and the inventory and what we need. For 2 consecutive years now, Congress has added A-18 Super Hornets, and you might know where those are constructed in St. Louis, Missouri. Where are we at with this? Because Congress has appropriated it. There's really not a plan. I think a lot of even the maintenance, we're falling short at this point. Is the FA-18 Super Hornets? Where does that fit in? Because I understand the modernization, but what the needs that we have right now, it's a big concern.
Yeah, so first of all, our funding ended in 21, but Congress added funding in 22 and 23, 20 total aircraft. We asked in January for Boeing to give us pricing for that so we can get a proposal, start negotiating it. We expect that to come in the June timeframe. We will then negotiate with them and hopefully have a contract in place toward later this year for those 20 aircraft. As part of that, I'm sure you've heard discussions of the data delivery and getting the right data for our sailors and Marines to maintain our aircraft on aircraft carriers or at our facilities in a logistically constrained environment of the future potentially. And so that's a detail that we're working as in parallel to getting the pricing from Boeing to buy those 20 aircraft. We need to actually have their proposal so we can award the contract.
And one of the concerns that I've heard is that there are new challenges being placed on suppliers so that would make the reality of actually paying for and building the FA-18 Super Hornets nearly impossible because of the onerous restrictions and regulations on subcontractors. So I hope that that's something that we can talk about.
Yeah, I'm happy. I actually have not heard a specific case of that, but I'm happy to either work with you or with Boeing on the topics.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Schmitt. Senator Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and gentlemen, thank you.